So here are the facts. There are approximately 46,000 school-age youth in Washtenaw County, and over 14,000 are defined as economically disadvantaged. And in our program, 87% of our littles' household incomes fall below or near the poverty line, which in 2021 was $21,960 for a parent with 2 children.
I had a single parent mom with 5 kids. So you were just talking about some of your notes, 21,000 for 2 kids, right? We had 5 kids, single parent mom. So trying to do everything right, but obviously she can't handle everything.
My mom had mental illness. And so I was a refugee that came from Cuba in 1970, and we were placed in downtown Detroit. The challenge was at first that I didn't speak English. And of course, I was a socially awkward kid.
We live in a community that is rich in art and culture, full of educational opportunities, and has amazing things to do. But without cash, cars, and comfort, those things are not accessible. And these inequities can lead to what we find is 20% lower graduation rates, a math and reading proficiency rate gap between 30 and 40%, and a chronic absenteeism rate nearly 20% higher for those youth than their non-economically disadvantaged classmates.
And right when I was around the age of 10, I want to say, I got a mentor, and it was my teammate's dad. He'd take me with them every weekend from Friday to Sunday. So you're talking about I had chaos at my house, kids running around, not knowing anything was going on. And then from Friday to Sunday every weekend, they'd bring me to different things like race car events and stuff like that. Take us to the movies.
Coming from a single parent home, and I loved my mom and my sister, and I have the utmost respect for them. But one of the things that I found is that I didn't have a positive male, that could take me under. So one of the things that happened in my elementary school in the 5th grade, I was introduced to a big brother. And my big brother, it was the first time that I had a male actually take interest in holding conversation. Someone who saw me, heard me, understood me, valued me, respected me, but most of all cared about my best interest and made me the center of the conversation, which I had never had been. And it was kind of interesting because I could open up to this person like I couldn't open up to anybody else.
I believe that every child has inherent gifts. But I also understand that the structural and environmental factors around them create barriers that make it really difficult for those gifts to shine sometimes. But we know that developmental relationships with a safe, consistent, and caring adult help build resiliency. It helps heal trauma, and it provides the opportunities and experiences that allow for social, emotional, and skill development. Young people thrive when supported. Our youth show improvement in areas of risk, not only participating in less negative risky behaviors, but also in taking more positive risks. Think about it. Kids join gangs for a sense of belonging and for someone to quote unquote have your back. If we gave that to every young person by providing them with a mentor, they'd take the risk of trying out for the team or the play, trying new foods, new experiences, things that expand their mind and their skills and their knowledge. Our youth also show improvement in school performance, educational expectations, and school connectedness. And I'm guessing you can connect those dots that leads to higher graduation rates. What does graduating from high school mean? Well, you might then go on to college or have the skills to develop a career in the trades. And high school graduates earn 38% more than those that do not graduate.
I'm married now, we got kids, we sit at the table, we eat, right? My kids do good in school, but it's all because of that mentor, and obviously the other mentors in my life as far as my football coaches, but like that's the one point in my life, I remember when I was 10 years old to 14, I just got there every weekend. And so what you guys do is huge. The impact that you have on these kids' lives is huge, because I look at that one point in my life and I'm like, that was a difference.
All I can say to you, what I learned is to be resilient. I think that when you talk about igniting potential, there's something that lights up in a child's heart at that moment when somebody can bring you to that moment that carries you and gives you that resilience that you need to continue to get up no matter what obstacles get in your way.
In creating this program, we have talked to and heard from several of our young adults about the importance of trust and respect, consistency, safe places and safe people, and their desire to be heard. And this made me think of the first time that I heard the quote, "Kids don't care what you think until they think that you care." And that's what we do at Big Brothers Big Sisters, is help create that care. Mentoring matters, maybe more today than ever.
And so I think that this program is huge. And I tell people that I think it had a direct impact on my life. It made me become who I am today. That's why I coach. That's why I want to give back. It's our responsibility to mentor these young children because they are the future. They're going to be in charge in 10 years, in 12 years. They're going to be running things. And the more help and support you can put around them, the more people that they can, like people that look like them, even if they don't look like them, but are having success, doing things a different way, showing them that you care, that you love them, right? Then they start believing in themselves. And then they turn into me down the line.
My life has been about service. It's been a service because that's how I was introduced by my big brother. He was just not someone who was just there, but he was a transformative person who actually didn't realize at the time the impact that he had and would have in my life and the life of others.
Kids don't care what you think until they think that you care.
Don't ever, I always tell people, like, don't ever underestimate how important you are to these kids. Whether you're white, black, Asian, doesn't matter. They need someone to look up to. Being a mentor, I think, is everything. I think it's really important. Not only that, I think half the time you'll get more out of it than they get out of it.
You know, the generosity in this community is amazing. I've been in Oakland County, Wayne County, but Washtenaw County, it blows it out the water. The general community is so resilient. And I think that resilience, with that resilience, you could conquer the world.